Springfield lawmakers continue to be gridlocked on the issue of pension reform, and it's costing the state millions of dollars every day. Governor Quinn announced Wednesday he's suspending the pay of state lawmakers until they can come together and work out a solution. Joining us now to talk about this development, WGN-TV political analyst Paul Lisnek. Good morning, Paul.
Hello, Dolly.
A political stunt, and if not, in your opinion, why now? Why now suspend pay? Why didn't the governor do it a year ago or two?
I think it is a political stunt. He'll never admit to that, but at the same time, he can argue that it's not. So here's the deal. By cutting off pay of legislatures, the governor reaches out to the public. It's at election time. He gets to sort of look out and say, look what I've done. As governor, this is all I can do. I can't pass bills. I can only sign them. So he puts attention on himself, and I do think those who think he's looking ahead towards a very difficult primary fight are correct. That being said, can he do what he did?
Yeah, is this legal?
And we don't know. This is uncharted waters here in terms of whether he can do it. I actually think he wins on this, and here's why. He was on our WGN News yesterday, and when he was asked, essentially, is this legal, after he walked around it the first time, the second time he made a comment along the lines of, look, if they do what they're supposed to do, then they'll get their money. So I think what he's saying is, he's not taking away their money permanently, never to be seen. What he's saying essentially is, like a parent, I am suspending your pay, and when you pass the bill, then you'll get paid. And I think what he means is back pay and all. And I think that's how he gets away with calling this legal for now.
Paul, what do lawmakers need to do to finally get this pension reform plan passed? And what plan do you think is actually going to make it through the General Assembly?
Well, this is so tough. Here's, I think, what the problem is. Right now, you have the Madigan, the Cullerton plan. The Madigan plan being much more aggressive. It's the one that most experts seem to say is the only one that really makes a difference. And of course, the Cullerton response, President John Cullerton's response is, but it'll never pass the Illinois Supreme Court. Only my plan will pass the Illinois Supreme Court. And I think if I were to advise the legislature, of which they are not asking for my advice, it would be to say, you know what, don't worry about what you think the court will do, because if that's all government did, if everybody said, well, here's what I think the court will do, so let's not do it, you wouldn't have Obamacare today, because essentially, and whether you like it or not isn't the point, but it got passed with most people saying, this Supreme Court, they're going to find it unconstitutional. And who saves it? Chief Justice John Roberts, of all people. My point is, we don't know what the Illinois Supreme Court is going to do. They need to pass one bill or the other and test it and get it through and see what happens. And financially, it would appear the Madigan bill is the one that probably ought to go through. It saves the most money. All
right, WGN-TV political analyst Paul Lisnek. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Dolly.
Still ahead on CLTV News, concealed carry is now the law of the land in Illinois. But Cook County's sheriff has an important warning for anyone who wants to start packing. And Cook County residents will get a better picture of where their property tax dollars are going. The details when we return.